The Stoics understood one timeless truth: confidence and composure are the ultimate forms of attraction. When it comes to flirting with younger women, older men often overcomplicate things. The key isn't about trying to fit into her world, it's about showing her what makes your world irresistible. This episode is your guide to mastering the art of charming younger women while staying grounded in the wisdom of Stoicism. Watch till the end to discover how these principles can transform the way you connect, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your experiences in the comments. Chapter 1. Don't be immature. Older men often feel the need to match the energy or antics of younger women, thinking that's the key to connecting. But trying to act younger than your age almost always backfires. Younger women are drawn to older men for their stability, wisdom, and composure, not for an awkward attempt to imitate youth. The more you lean into authenticity, the more you showcase the qualities that make you attractive in the first place. The Stoics believed in embracing your true nature, emphasizing authenticity over pretense. This is where older men have a natural advantage. Instead of cracking immature jokes or trying to use the latest slang, lean into what makes you different. Show her the poise and confidence that come from your life experiences. Younger women often look for partners who exude calmness and control, traits they might not find in younger men. When you carry yourself with dignity, you set yourself apart, becoming someone she can look up to and trust. Maturity doesn't mean being stiff or overly serious, though. It's about knowing when to inject playfulness without undermining your composure. A sharp wit or a well-timed comment can still bring laughter, but avoid humor that feels juvenile or desperate. When your words reflect intelligence and self-awareness, you show that you're grounded, self-assured, and not trying too hard to impress her. By avoiding immaturity, you also set a standard for how you expect to be treated. Younger women often admire older men for their ability to maintain control in high-pressure situations. Whether she's being playful or testing boundaries, your calm and measured responses will make her respect you, and that respect is the foundation of attraction. For instance, if she teases you or tries to provoke a reaction, responding with an amused smile instead of defensiveness signals emotional control. This self-possession becomes even more attractive when paired with subtle mentorship. Younger women often seek older partners because they provide guidance, not chaos. If you stoop to immature behavior, you risk dismantling this dynamic. Instead, embrace teachable moments and use them to showcase your depth. If she's stressing over something trivial, offer a balanced perspective without belittling her feelings. Your ability to bring calm and clarity into her life is one of your most valuable assets. Maturity also requires consistency. Younger women may test your resolve or push boundaries to gauge your reaction, but standing firm shows you're a man of principle. If she sees that you won't compromise your values or pander for her approval, her admiration will grow. This consistency builds trust and makes you appear dependable, qualities that are often lacking in her peer group. Finally, don't confuse being youthful with being immature. You can still enjoy adventures, try new things, and laugh at yourself, but these moments should be grounded in the wisdom and perspective that come from your experiences. For example, instead of trying to match her high-energy spontaneity, bring a sense of purpose and direction to your shared activities. Show her that you can lead without dominating and that your age is an asset, not a limitation. Ultimately, by embracing your maturity, you become a source of stability and excitement, creating a balance that younger women often find irresistible. A calm, confident demeanor paired with a willingness to embrace life fully is the perfect formula for keeping her intrigued and drawn to you. Chapter 2. Show her a good time. Younger women often gravitate toward men who can offer a blend of excitement and sophistication, something their peers may struggle to provide. While thrilling adventures are a surefire way to capture her attention, adding thoughtfulness and elegance to the mix creates an unforgettable experience. It's not just about having fun, it's about making her feel special, valued, and utterly captivated. For instance, instead of the typical dinner and drinks, plan a day or evening that stands out. Imagine starting with a spontaneous activity like paddleboarding or a scenic hike, followed by a visit to a hidden gem restaurant with an intimate ambience. Or consider booking tickets to a jazz club she's never heard of, finishing the night with a quiet rooftop view of the city. These kinds of dates don't just keep her entertained, they show her that you're creative, intentional, and capable of offering more than just surface-level fun. The Stoics believed in the importance of living in the moment and making the most of every experience. Applying this philosophy to your dates means being fully present and ensuring every moment feels meaningful. It's not about flashy gestures or grand displays, but about crafting experiences that resonate. When you plan something memorable, it tells her that you've put thought and effort into making her feel special, a quality younger women often find irresistible in older men. One of the advantages you bring to the table as an older man is your wealth of life experiences. Use this to introduce her to activities or places she's never encountered before. Maybe it's a wine-tasting event where you share your knowledge about vintages and pairings, or a private gallery showing where you discuss the art in a way that piques her curiosity. These moments not only showcase your sophistication, but also position you as someone who can expand her horizons in exciting and meaningful ways. Excitement doesn't always have to mean adrenaline-pumping activities like skydiving or bungee jumping. Sometimes, it's about creating an atmosphere of spontaneity and discovery. You could surprise her with a cooking class where you both learn to make a dish from a culture she loves, or invite her on a weekend road trip to explore an off-the-beaten-path destination. The key is to balance adventure with intentionality, ensuring every moment feels authentic and connected to who you are. It's also worth remembering that fun and elegance aren't mutually exclusive. Younger women are often impressed when an older man can effortlessly switch between light-hearted moments and refined sophistication. For example, you might spend the afternoon at an amusement park, laughing on roller coasters, and then transition to a stylish dinner at a high-end restaurant where you guide her through the menu with confidence. This contrast showcases your ability to enjoy life fully while maintaining poise and self-assurance. Humor is another powerful tool in creating a good time. Playful banter, quick wit, and the ability to laugh at yourself show her that you're not only confident, but also fun to be around. Younger women appreciate men who can make them feel at ease and bring a sense of joy to any situation. The Stoics recognized the value of humor as a way to lighten life's challenges, and this applies just as much to romantic connections. While planning these memorable experiences, don't forget the power of attentiveness. Pay attention to her interests and passions, then weave those into your plans. If she loves music, take her to a concert or introduce her to a genre she hasn't explored. If she's an avid reader, surprise her with a visit to a bookstore where you help her pick out a novel. These gestures demonstrate that you're not just about fun, you're about understanding and appreciating who she is as a person. Another key to showing her a good time is maintaining your composure throughout. Younger women often admire older men for their ability to stay calm and confident, even in unexpected situations. If a plan doesn't go perfectly, say, the weather ruins an outdoor activity, handle it with grace and pivot to something equally enjoyable. This adaptability not only keeps the mood positive, but also reinforces your maturity and resourcefulness. Finally, remember that creating memorable experiences isn't about impressing her with how much you can spend or how elaborate your plans are. It's about making her feel like she's part of something unique and meaningful. When you show her a side of life she hasn't seen before, whether through sophistication, spontaneity, or a mix of both, you set yourself apart in a way that's unforgettable. In the end, what she'll remember isn't just the activities or the setting, it's the way you made her feel during those moments. When she thinks back on the laughter, the excitement, and the connection you shared, she'll associate those feelings with you. And that's what truly makes an older man stand out, the ability to elevate the ordinary into something extraordinary, leaving her wanting more of the adventure you bring to her life. Chapter 3. Don't try to buy her. One of the most common pitfalls older men fall into when dating younger women is assuming that material wealth will seal the deal. Flashy gifts, luxurious dinners, or extravagant trips may seem impressive at first, but they often send the wrong message. When you rely on money to win her over, you risk communicating that you don't think you're enough without it. Worse yet, it can attract the kind of attention that's more interested in your wallet than in you. The Stoics valued self-sufficiency, inner strength, and living a life guided by integrity. They understood that external possessions are fleeting and should never define one's worth. Applying this philosophy to your interactions, avoid leading with wealth or financial gestures. While there's nothing wrong with being generous or treating her occasionally, your focus should always be on building a connection rooted in mutual respect and admiration. Instead of flaunting what you can buy, showcase who you are. Share your passions, your values, and the life you've built through your experiences. These aspects of yourself are far more captivating than anything material. For instance, if you've traveled extensively, talk about the lessons you've learned and the cultures you've encountered. If you're passionate about a hobby, invite her to experience it with you. These kinds of exchanges show her your depth, creativity, and the kind of life she could enjoy by your side. Younger women are often drawn to older men because of their wisdom, stability, and ability to offer a perspective on life that comes with age. Highlighting these qualities naturally sets you apart without the need to reach for your wallet. A conversation about personal growth, meaningful experiences, or your outlook on relationships will resonate far more than an expensive gift ever could. That's not to say you should avoid spending money entirely. Gestures of generosity, when genuine and appropriate, can enhance the relationship. The key is to ensure these gestures come from a place of authenticity, not as a tool for validation. For example, surprising her with a thoughtful gift related to something she's passionate about, like a book from her favorite author or tickets to see her favorite band, shows that you're attentive and considerate, not just trying to impress her with your spending power. It's also important to recognize the power dynamics at play when money becomes a focal point. Over-reliance on material gestures can create an unbalanced relationship where she feels obligated or where the connection feels transactional. The Stoics taught that relationships should be built on equality and mutual respect, not dependence or superficial exchanges. By downplaying the role of money, you create a space where the relationship can thrive authentically. Moreover, flaunting wealth can backfire, especially with women who value emotional connection and shared experiences over material things. While some younger women might be dazzled by a luxurious lifestyle, the ones worth pursuing will be more interested in the person behind the wealth. Demonstrating humility and self-awareness in this area can be incredibly attractive. For example, instead of boasting about your latest investment or car, share a story about a challenge you overcame or a lesson you learned. These moments of vulnerability and depth are far more endearing than a shiny object. When you strip away the reliance on materialism, you also eliminate the risk of attracting people who are only interested in what they can get from you. By focusing on who you are rather than what you have, you naturally filter for women who are genuinely interested in connecting with you on a deeper level. This not only makes the relationship more fulfilling, but also gives you the peace of mind that she values you for the right reasons. Another advantage of not leaning on wealth is that it encourages creativity in how you spend time together. Instead of defaulting to high-end dinners or extravagant outings, think about activities that foster connection and create memories. A picnic in the park, cooking a meal together, or taking her to a local art exhibit can be just as memorable as a fancy night out. These kinds of experiences demonstrate thoughtfulness and effort, which go a long way in building a strong bond. The Stoics emphasized the importance of leading by example, and this principle applies here. By showing her that your self-worth comes from your character, not your bank account, you set a powerful precedent for the relationship. This also challenges her to reflect on what she values, encouraging a deeper connection built on shared principles rather than material indulgence. Lastly, keep in mind that authenticity is magnetic. When you're confident in yourself and what you bring to the table, you don't need to rely on superficial tactics to win someone over. By demonstrating that your value lies in your experiences, character, and the life you've built, you offer her something far more meaningful than money, a relationship based on genuine admiration and mutual growth. By resisting the temptation to try and buy her affection, you cultivate a connection that's authentic and grounded. You're not just offering her a taste of luxury, you're offering her a partnership rooted in respect, curiosity, and emotional depth. And that's something no amount of money can compete with. Chapter 4, show her something she's not seen. One of the most compelling reasons younger women are drawn to older men is the promise of discovery, experiences, perspectives, and insights that are entirely new to them. This advantage is yours to leverage. By introducing her to things she hasn't experienced before, you create moments of intrigue, learning, and connection that linger in her memory long after. Whether it's an off-the-beaten-path restaurant, a classic film from your era, or a skill she's never thought to try, these experiences elevate your relationship beyond the mundane. The Stoics believed that life's richness comes from knowledge, growth, and meaningful experiences. They taught that sharing wisdom and fostering curiosity not only enriches others, but also deepens your own life. Use this principle as your guide when exposing her to new experiences. But remember, it's not about flaunting your superiority or coming across as overly authoritative. Instead, aim to inspire curiosity and create shared moments that feel collaborative and enjoyable. For example, let's say you're an avid traveler. Instead of merely recounting stories of your adventures, take her to a spot in your city that holds a unique charm, a tucked-away cafe with a view, a serene hiking trail, or even a bustling market filled with character. The act of sharing these discoveries turns a simple outing into a memory that feels exclusive and special. Or perhaps you have a talent or passion, such as cooking. Invite her to join you in preparing a meal from scratch. Teach her how to roll out fresh pasta or whip up a decadent dessert. This type of activity is not only engaging, but also creates an environment where she feels involved and valued. As you share your knowledge, you foster a sense of teamwork, making the experience enjoyable and rewarding for both of you. Classic films, music, or books can also serve as bridges to new experiences. If she mentions she's never seen a timeless movie or heard a legendary band, offer to watch or listen together. Present these moments as a way to bond, not as a lecture on what she's missed. A phrase like, "You've never seen Casablanca." "Oh, we've got to fix that," conveys excitement and warmth without sounding patronizing. It's also important to consider her interests and blend them with your own. If she loves art but hasn't explored certain styles or eras, suggest a visit to a museum or gallery that highlights those. Tailoring experiences to her passions while introducing your own creates a natural exchange that feels balanced and engaging. What makes these moments so impactful is the way they position you as someone who adds value to her life. You're not just another face in her social circle, you're someone who opens doors to new ideas and possibilities. This dynamic fosters admiration and excitement as she begins to associate you with growth and enrichment. At the same time, ensure your approach feels inviting rather than overwhelming. The goal is not to bombard her with your expertise, but to offer glimpses into your world that spark her curiosity. A subtle comment like, "I know a spot that makes the best old-fashioned cocktails. Want to check it out sometime?" invites her to share in something unique without feeling pressured. What makes this strategy particularly effective is the emotional connection it builds. Every new experience shared becomes a story she'll associate with you, a memory that sets you apart. These moments become touch points of your relationship, reinforcing her sense that being with you is not only fun, but also meaningful. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of presence and intentionality in our interactions. Apply this philosophy by truly immersing yourself in the moment when sharing these experiences. Listen to her reactions, observe what excites her, and adjust accordingly. When you're attuned to her responses, you show her that you value her perspective, which strengthens the bond between you. It's also worth noting that sharing something new doesn't always have to be grand or elaborate. Sometimes, the simplest gestures carry the most weight. Teaching her how to make a proper espresso, introducing her to an old vinyl record, or even sharing a piece of wisdom you've gained through experience can leave a lasting impression. Finally, remember that this is not about impressing her, it's about connecting with her. By showing her something she's never seen, you're not just broadening her horizons, you're deepening her appreciation for who you are and what you bring into her life. The excitement of discovery, paired with the authenticity of your approach, makes these moments truly unforgettable. When you can inspire her to see the world through a new lens, you elevate your role from just a romantic interest to someone she genuinely admires and values. And that, in itself, is the ultimate connection. Chapter 5. Initiate the touch. Physical connection is an essential aspect of flirting, and knowing how to initiate it effectively can transform the dynamic between you and her. Older men often hesitate to take this step, worried about crossing boundaries or appearing inappropriate. However, when done respectfully, confidently, and with genuine intention, a well-timed, subtle touch can say far more than words ever could. The Stoics emphasized the importance of mindfulness and intention in every action. This principle applies here as well. Physical touch should never be random or impulsive, but rather thoughtful and attuned to the moment. The goal is to convey warmth, confidence, and a sense of connection, not to make her uncomfortable or pressured. Start small and subtle. For example, a light touch on her arm during a shared laugh or a gentle hand on her lower back as you guide her through a crowded room can create an unspoken bond. These gestures are non-intrusive yet meaningful, signaling your interest while giving her the space to reciprocate. They communicate that you're attentive, present, and willing to take the lead in a respectful way. What makes this approach so powerful is that it taps into the primal language of touch, a language we all instinctively understand. Younger women, in particular, often appreciate when a man shows confidence in initiating touch, as long as it's done with the right balance of respect and charm. The key is to ensure that your actions feel organic, flowing naturally from the context of your interaction. For instance, if she shares an exciting story, you might place your hand lightly on her shoulder and say, "That's incredible." This kind of touch amplifies the emotional connection in the moment without feeling calculated. It's about enhancing the interaction rather than dominating it. However, initiating touch isn't just about the act itself, it's also about reading her cues. Pay close attention to her body language. Is she leaning in when you talk? Does she seem comfortable in your space? These are signs that she's open to physical connection. If she steps back or seems tense, it's a signal to ease off and give her more space. Respecting her boundaries is crucial to building trust and ensuring your actions are well received. Stoicism teaches us to approach situations with calm and self-awareness. By staying attuned to the present moment, you can navigate the subtleties of touch with confidence and care. This approach not only builds rapport, but also demonstrates emotional intelligence, an attractive quality that sets you apart. As the interaction progresses, you can gradually increase the level of physical connection, always keeping it appropriate to the context and her comfort level. For example, during a playful conversation, you might lightly tap her hand to emphasize a point. Or, if you're sharing a romantic moment, such as watching a sunset, you might rest your hand gently on hers. These touches, though small, create a sense of intimacy and closeness. One common mistake is overthinking or hesitating too much. If you second-guess yourself, your actions may come across as awkward or insincere. Instead, approach touch with the confidence that you're enhancing the moment rather than taking away from it. A confident touch exudes self-assurance, which is deeply attractive to younger women who are drawn to men with a sense of control and maturity. It's also important to avoid mechanical or overly rehearsed gestures. Touch should feel spontaneous, arising naturally from the interaction rather than being pre-planned. For instance, if you're helping her with her coat or brushing a stray hair from her face, the gesture should feel effortless and genuine. These small, thoughtful touches convey care and attention, reinforcing the emotional connection between you. Another powerful aspect of initiating touch is its ability to create a feedback loop. When you touch her in a way that feels natural and comfortable, she's more likely to reciprocate. This mutual exchange of touch deepens the connection and builds a sense of trust and shared energy. Remember, touch isn't just physical, it carries emotional weight. A simple, well-timed touch can make her feel seen, appreciated, and valued. It's a way of communicating without words, creating a layer of intimacy that lingers in her mind long after the moment has passed. Finally, always keep in mind the Stoic principle of moderation. Too much touch, too soon, can feel overwhelming or intrusive. The right amount, delivered with care and intention, strikes the perfect balance, making her feel both respected and desired. By mastering the art of initiating touch, you create a dynamic that is both magnetic and meaningful. You demonstrate confidence, attentiveness, and an ability to connect on a deeper level, all qualities that younger women find irresistible. With each gesture, you're building a bridge of trust and attraction, making every interaction memorable and impactful. Chapter 6. Tease her a little. Playful teasing is an art form, and when done correctly, it becomes a powerful tool in any flirtation. Younger women, in particular, often enjoy humor and wit, especially when it's delivered with a confident charm. Teasing injects lightness into your interactions, showing that you're self-assured and not afraid to challenge her playfully. This creates a sense of connection that feels both exciting and authentic. Stoicism, with its focus on balance and restraint, provides the perfect framework for mastering this skill. The key is moderation. Teasing should be fun and light-hearted, never mean-spirited or overdone. It's about sparking her curiosity and drawing her into the playful dynamic you're creating. For instance, let's say she confesses that she's terrible at cooking. A light tease like, "Good thing I'm here. Someone's got to keep us alive when the toast catches fire." It's the sweet spot. It's cheeky but not offensive, creating an opportunity for laughter and playful banter. This approach makes the interaction enjoyable while keeping the mood relaxed and engaging. What makes teasing so effective is that it subtly challenges her. A little bit of pushback, delivered with a smile, signals that you're confident and not trying to impress her excessively. It shows that you're comfortable in your own skin, which is incredibly attractive. Women are drawn to men who can playfully match their energy without becoming overly serious or defensive. At the same time, Stoicism reminds us to stay grounded and mindful of others' feelings. Always be aware of her comfort level and avoid making jokes about sensitive or deeply personal topics. Teasing works best when it's centered on light, universal themes like quirks, habits, or minor mishaps, rather than anything that could be interpreted as critical or dismissive. To make teasing even more effective, combine it with playful body language. A raised eyebrow, a knowing smirk, or a light laugh as you deliver the tease can amplify its impact. Physical cues add depth to your words and convey warmth, making her feel more connected to you in the moment. For example, if she's struggling to open a jar, you might say, "Need some help, or should I call in reinforcements?" while reaching over to assist. The combination of words and action creates a light-hearted moment that feels natural and charming, strengthening the bond between you. Teasing also has the added benefit of keeping the conversation dynamic and engaging. It breaks up monotony and creates moments of spontaneity that she'll remember. Rather than sticking to safe, predictable topics, you're introducing an element of fun and unpredictability, which keeps her intrigued and eager to interact with you more. However, teasing isn't just about throwing in clever lines, it's about timing and context. Pay attention to the flow of the conversation and her responses. If she laughs and engages with your teasing, you're on the right track. If she seems unsure or pulls back, adjust your approach to ensure she feels comfortable. Balance is critical. Pair teasing with genuine compliments and kindness to show that your playfulness is rooted in mutual respect. For instance, if you tease her about being late, you might follow up with, "But honestly, you're worth the wait." This dual approach keeps the interaction positive and ensures she feels valued while still enjoying the playful dynamic. Another advanced technique is to let her tease you back. Creating a two-way exchange makes the interaction feel equal and more fun for both of you. For example, if she quips about your choice of coffee or outfit, laugh it off and throw in a playful counter-tease. This back and forth builds rapport and fosters a sense of camaraderie that's hard to resist. Teasing also helps to establish a sense of exclusivity in your connection. When done right, it feels personal and unique, like an inside joke that only the two of you share. Over time, these moments become touch points that strengthen the bond and make your relationship feel special. Ultimately, teasing is about creating an enjoyable experience that leaves a lasting impression. When she reflects on your interactions, she'll remember how you made her laugh, how confident you seemed, and how much fun she had talking to you. That combination is powerful. It keeps her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. By mastering the art of playful teasing, you show her that you're not only confident and engaging, but also attentive and emotionally intelligent. This dynamic makes your interactions memorable and sets the stage for a deeper, more meaningful connection. With just the right amount of wit and warmth, you'll leave her smiling and looking forward to the next time she sees you. Chapter 7. Keep her guessing. One of the most alluring traits of a confident man is unpredictability. Younger women are naturally drawn to men who keep them guessing because it adds excitement and mystery to the relationship. Predictability can feel dull, but when you introduce an element of surprise, you create a sense of intrigue that keeps her captivated. The Stoics deeply understood the power of discretion and restraint, recognizing that not revealing everything at once enhances a person's magnetism. They taught that wisdom lies in knowing when to speak and when to hold back. In the context of relationships, this translates to creating a sense of mystery. Instead of laying all your cards on the table, let her slowly discover the fascinating layers of your personality over time. Avoid oversharing, especially early on. If she asks about your past, for example, share just enough to intrigue her, but leave some details unsaid. A response like, "I've got a story about that you'd love, remind me to tell you another time," plants a seed of curiosity. This not only makes her wonder about you, but also gives her a reason to want to see you again. Mystery doesn't just apply to conversations, it extends to your actions, too. For instance, surprise her with a spontaneous gesture, like showing up with her favorite coffee or planning an unexpected outing. These small surprises build an aura of unpredictability that keeps her engaged and excited. Moreover, being mysterious doesn't mean being distant or unavailable. It's about balance. You're fully present in your interactions, but selective about what you share. This approach fosters a sense of security while keeping things intriguing. Women are naturally drawn to men who exude confidence in their boundaries, men who are warm but not overly eager to divulge every detail of their lives. The Stoics also valued a life of purpose, and when you focus on your passions and goals, you automatically create a sense of intrigue. Imagine her wondering what's keeping you busy or what new project you're working on. It shifts the dynamic, making her more invested in knowing and understanding you. Consider how this principle works in a real-life scenario. If she asks about your weekend, instead of giving a straightforward answer like, "I just worked and relaxed," say something like, "I spent it diving into a passion project. It's something I've been excited about for a while." This subtle phrasing makes her curious about your interests and leaves room for her to ask more, creating a deeper connection. Another way to keep her guessing is by varying your patterns of communication. For example, if you're usually quick to respond to texts, occasionally take a little longer, not out of neglect, but to subtly reinforce that your life is full and vibrant. When you finally respond, make the conversation worth the wait. Lastly, remember that mystery should feel natural and not forced. Being overly cryptic or evasive can come across as disingenuous. Instead, let your natural confidence and multifaceted personality do the work. Share your passions, drop hints about your adventures, and stay grounded in your values. When you keep her guessing, you're not just creating mystery, you're building a dynamic where she's constantly intrigued by you. This anticipation fuels her desire to spend more time with you, deepening the connection and ensuring the relationship remains exciting and fresh. With this approach, every interaction becomes part of an unfolding story, one that she's eager to be part of. Flirting with younger women isn't about trying to be someone you're not, it's about embracing who you are and showing her the best of it. The Stoics remind us to stay true to our values and to lead with confidence, wisdom, and authenticity. Master these strategies, and you'll not only create a strong connection, but also leave a lasting impression. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share your story in the comments. Until next time, remember, confidence and composure are your strongest allies.